The show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Hello and welcome to another edition of The Gloves Are Off. I'm Moses Woldu. We got a great show for you today. A few missing bodies, but a great guest to come in and help out with the show. Brett Morton, I want to introduce you first, taking over Andrew Brethauer's position, helping up bat cleanup for us. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks you. Thank you for asking. I want to get to you as well, Rod. You're Rod Kirby, the head coach of the Lloydminster Red Dogs, the midget football team that has won several championships in a row and looking to, I guess, three-peat in the, the new division.
Four-peat, yeah.
Four-peat. So I underchanged you. That's not a good thing.
Well, it'd be two-peat as tier one, four-peat if you count the tier two. So.
And continue growing, and that's one of the best things about what you guys have done with the program here in Lloydminster Minor Football. Of course, you're the president, so you've seen this grow tremendously. So thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you having you on, as well as you, Brett. And I guess we'll kick things off, not quite football, we'll get to that in a second, but I want to talk about hockey. And you look at what's happened in the AJHL, you have the Bonneville Pontiacs, a team that made some acquisitions around the trade deadline that have seemed to have paid off in spades. They are now in their first ever North Conference final. They start game one against Spruce Grove Friday night. What can you say about Bonneville's performance? And is this a team that's for real and can provide a legitimate, I guess, contender maybe in the AJ?
Well, yeah, no, Bonneville, they've played fantastic hockey since January, and now they're going up against the best team in the AJHL, the Spruce Grove Saints. And if they continue playing the way they've been playing, hard hitting, get the puck down deep, cycle, finish their checks, I feel they can take this to probably game 6, 7 against the Spruce Grove Saints. And like you were talking about the acquisitions, picking up Troy Tremblay, Evan Wormington, trading Luke Mahura for Evan Wormington, and then also picking up Cody Fowle on the back end. Those three trades, I feel, shifted that season and made the team what they were down the stretch.
Absolutely, they're going to give Spruce Grove a bit of a series. They came up against a Bobcats team that was playing not bad hockey, and they dismantled them basically. So they've been gelling really big time the last couple of weeks, last month, and towards the end of the season. So I expect they'll go give Spruce Grove a run, but I think the mystique of what Spruce Grove is and has been is going to be a little too much for them, and I figure 5 games it'll be over.
And well, actually, you kind of hit the nail on the head in terms of my next topic that I want to talk about, and is the Final Four. It has been set now. You look at Bonneville, they're in the mix, maybe the wild card of the group, the dark horse. But the 3 teams that are in there right now in the Final Four, Spruce being one of them, you look in the South, it was kind of expected to see 1-2 with both Camrose and Brooks in there. Who would you take to go into the AJHL Final?
In the North, you got to go Spruce Grove. Like, they had that one stretch there, 18 wins in a row, and they finally lost. Like, words can't even explain how good and well structured that team is. I feel like they're going to beat Bonneville, but in the South it's a toss-up. Like you're saying, Brooks and Camrose were 1-2 all season, and Brooks has been playing phenomenal hockey. They played Okotoks Oilers and dismantled them. Looked like it was a first-round series. How every game got swept, they took them out. It was done. So they're really high right now, and Camrose is Camrose. So it's going to come down to which team is going to win the first 2 games at home, or if something's going to happen. But I don't know. That series is going to be really, really tight.
But Rod, I know you said Spruce, and I know you both agree with this. I'm kind of giving the slight edge to Bonneville, and the reason why is I thought the way they played against Sherwood Park showed me that there are some weaknesses that they could take advantage of. And if you get good goaltending, like the Pontiacs have, that could take you a long way. Yeah. But you guys will still go with Spruce going out of the North.
Yeah,
even with what I just told you, and that's what I agree with. You guys will still say Spruce Grove takes it.
Yeah, I think so. Bonneville's upstart, but they're playing a whole different beast in Spruce Grove. So it's not the Bobcats, it's Spruce Grove. So I like the experience they have, and a lot of those kids have been there before. So to me that tips the scales in favor of Spruce.
And out of the East, Camrose, or South, that is, Camrose.
I'm going to go with Camrose. No
what do they
particular
provide?
reason, just a hunch. Just a hunch.
Isn't that how sports is?
Yeah.
That's a typical head coach answer. I just got a hunch. This player will work out. Put him in this position, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. How about we move on to one player who, I guess, kind of transformed the point guard position in the National Basketball Association. I'm talking about Steve Nash. His influence, a kid from Victoria. You know, the coaches were like, this guy's got some promise. This guy could be an NBA player someday. All of a sudden, he's a 2-time MVP. Should have been 3-time, in my opinion. Where does his legacy lie? Considering this, he has not won an NBA championship. Does that tarnish his legacy at all?
I don't think it does.
How come?
He's done so much. Like you said, like this kid's got promise, and all of a sudden makes it to the NBA, wins 2 MVPs. Even though he might not have got that championship ring, Steve Nash has still done so much for, in my opinion, for NBA and also for like NBA Canada, and helping that ship that whole entire thing around. I feel Steve Nash still should not have his legacy tarnished just because he doesn't have a simple ring.
No, I would agree. Probably the greatest passer in NBA history, close to anyway. I would say you'd have to go back quite a few years to see one that was better. And what he's done for, like you said, NBA Canada over the last dozen years. Look at where it's gone. Look at the last few years of the Canadians in the NBA. And a lot of that is directly because of him. I don't think him not winning the NBA championship should tarnish his legacy at all.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we're going to have more Gloves Are Off, including a few topics that are interesting. Catch or no catch? You'll get it in just a few minutes.